And welcome on into the divisional round of the playoffs, where obviously we'll be getting ball first. Collins, wave fair catch. We'll start at the 25. And I talked about it a little bit at the end of last episode. We'll talk about it a little bit here. Playing against the Los Angeles Rams, and they've definitely been kind of the biggest rival, I would say, at least of our division, this entire series. And it all started off prior to the series actually beginning. In the last playoffs, the Cardinals got knocked out by the Rams. And then, obviously, we took over and we had a really good first season. Ended up capping it off with a Super Bowl, defeating the Rams in the playoffs last year. And it's another kind of revenge game for either of these teams, really, as we're going to find McBride underneath here for a short gain. And this time around, the Rams really made it here based off their defense. Their offense was a little bit below average. Their defense was a little better than average. So just take that as you will, as Kyler Murray trying to find somewhere to go. But really good pursuit there from 57. So that'll force a 3rd and 6. We'll go empty set here. Trips to the left, 2 to the right. We're going to bring Young in motion. They'll take the jet sweep as we try to get to the outside. Had to cut back in and just couldn't really find much space there. Looks like we're probably going to have to punt. And following a nice boot by Jake Bailey, they'll be starting all the way back at the 12. So a lot of space that they need to conquer to get towards the end zone. A nice juke there from Cam Akers. We'll get him to the outside all the way up to the 31. Nice run on first down. And their running game really has not been very good this year. Ranked well below average, around 30. So the fact that they got that on first down, not fantastic. They go to Cam Akers once again. He'll get the catch, get about 8. And we well know what Cam Akers as well as what Matthew Stafford can do with our state-only challenges. So need to make sure that we lock both of them down, as Cam Akers so far is running pretty well. And I wouldn't say we've had the best run defense this year, so it might be a true challenge for this team. As they stick with some underneath passes, Wharton tried to get around the edge, was just a little bit late. Stafford will throw it away. We'll set up a 2nd and 10. And of course, this series started prior to the actual season beginning, and Matthew Stafford's overall has greatly dropped since then. But not in this series, which is why he still has that superstar dev trait. Has some nice passing there. Gonna find Higbee for the first down. Just Collins a little short. Just wasn't able to get the hand up there to swat it away. He was in good positioning, but just a really good pass from the veteran quarterback. They'll go with another run here. Cam Akers cuts to the left-hand side where we don't have a lot of people. We will bring him down. I believe that was Buda Baker on the tackle, as he's in that nickel corner spot. And they go all the way to the outside with a backup running back checking in, and he will barely squeak out the first. But so far on this drive, we really have not done much. And by done much, I mean we've just consistently allowed yardage on every single play as they go, well, except for the one throwaway, as they get a gain of 9 with the, I want to say it's a fullback checking in. Something Carter. I don't know if it's Roger Carter or Reggie Carter. No idea if those are brothers, but that would be fun. Pass complete, Cup to the 9. First and goal of the game. And they have quite a good distance to go. And they go to, I think it was intended for Higbee. Honestly, could have been for Robinson as well, but we at least knocked that one down. 2nd and goal. We're going to go with that double A gap look, drop back into coverage. They go underneath to the fullback, who will hold on to it for a gain of 5. And on 3rd and goal, we will bring the double A gap blitz. They picked it up very well. Can't get anyone into the backfield, and they could easily find Cooper Kupp on that crossing route. And now our offense has to respond. First drive didn't go very well. I'm going to make a slight audible here, bring Marshall across. And that might end up being where we go, but we're going to actually roll out, end up going to Rondale Moore, and probably won't get much. That'll actually be a loss of 1. And that'll even bring us to the end of the first, where it really did not go in our favor at all. So some definite things we'll need to clean up in this second quarter. And the first being getting on the scoreboard. It's a pretty big one. We'll go with Callahan out of the receiver screen. We'll cut to the outside and get the first down. A late hit there from Blair, but no flag. A little excessive, but in the playoffs, they tend to let them play. So that's what the refs seem to be doing here. I'm gonna send Young in motion once again, try to get to the outside, and gonna have to try to get around a really good edge rush there. But Ramsey's there to secure the tackle. We'll stay in that empty look. And we're going to have our tight end to the left-hand side with a lead blocker in Young. We'll try to utilize it as best as we can. Get the first down to the 45. And as always, Murray already struggling with stamina. It's been a problem that we've seen with him the entire series. As we go back to the outside, McBride gets a catch, breaks a tackle. We'll end up getting a couple extra yards after. Nice to see the tight end putting in work as we go with the read option here. Most likely would be handoff as they have an extra guy to that right-hand side. We'll get the first down with Young. Now let's bring out the heavy set here. The full house, 2 tight ends in the backfield and the full back at running back. Try to plow through this line and maybe we'll get a couple. Basically use this formation as a way to get some of our running backs a little bit of a breather. Let's go the play action rollout here across the middle. Gonna find Marquise Brown. Tried to get by and does get by one of the defenders and speeds away into the end zone to tie this thing up. What a play there from Marquise Brown. Did a great job of breaking that first tackle. Looked like he was gonna get corralled by the rest of the defense and just hit the burners to get away. You see we break the tackle of Fuller and there's already about 3 other Rams by him. They couldn't catch him. And that was a much better drive for our offense. Let's hope our defense can tighten things up as well. Start with a bunch. They'll go to that left-hand side, but it's a play action pass trying to drop back into coverage. And they have one guy coming over Cup with the grab. Nick Hale was in a good spot. Just couldn't knock it away. Just some solid hands there by Cooper Kupp. And they'll keep momentum going here on offense with a run to the fullback. Will cut in and still fighting for it. Be about a gain of 11 for a first down to the 38. Middle of this defensive line is not holding up very well against the Rams offense here. Stafford dropping back to throw, setting up the screen pass to that fullback, and a juke on Simmons breaks a tackle, and he's headed down the sideline. Buda Baker in pursuit will force him out of the 14. This one might turn into a shootout if our defense can't make some adjustments quickly. Gardick off the edge, not gonna get the sack, but will get the hit in on Stafford. At least force an incomplete pass. Bunch to the left, shotgun set. We'll stay in that double A gap look. Not gonna bring the blitz this time, and maybe we should have because no pass rush is getting through. And on 3rd and 1, we're gonna be it's a gamble here. We're gonna send the safety blitzes and it's gonna work. JP Richardson will get through the middle, bringing down Stafford to at least force a field goal attempt. So they'll come out kicking from the 22, make it about a 32-yarder. Snap is back, kick is up, and that is headed down the middle. They will retake the lead, but just by 3. And following a terrific return by Collins, we'll begin just past the 35. A little under 2.5 minutes. Hubbard with a run down the middle. Solid gain of about 12, maybe 11 yards. And that will take us swiftly into the 2-minute warning. We do have all 3 timeouts as well. So we don't have to completely get away from the run, although we will go with a pass here on first down. And a roll out, throw out. Nice catch from Johnson. 57 was in tight coverage, but we got the grab that time. And they're going to bring down one of the safeties, so this play might work very well in our favor if he comes on a blitz, which he does. Swing it out to the outside, get somewhat of a block from Brown. Not great. Could have used a little better of a block there. But I do want to shout out Kyler. So far on the day, 100% on his throws as we go with the quarterback or the receiver screen. Eventually I will find it and diving into the end zone with the lead. The rookie receiver Callahan did a great job reading the blocks, found the space, and while I was stumbling over my words, he was not stumbling towards the end zone. We do, however, score pretty quickly, leaving a minute on the clock for the Rams. So defense needs to come up big here. I don't want to give up any more points before half because they will be starting off the second half with the ball. And just not even going to try to tackle there, Murphy? Will allow him to get a first down up to about the 40 and stop the clock, which is not great because they do have all 3 timeouts as well. 1st and 10 will be another pass. They go to the outside. Cooper Kupp with the grab, just not being very tight in our coverage today, consistently at least. And it seems like whenever we are actually tight in coverage, we're still giving up the catch. So the passing defense really needs to step up big second half. Gardick off the edge will get home again, but after the pass is already gone. And as they've done all day so far, consistently moving the ball down the field, even on this drive. And what a play from Collins! Will get the sack. Just came flying in, hurdled over the attempted block by the running back. We'll take down Stafford. It'll be a loss of 7, and we'll force him to use a timeout. As they go to the outside, Cooper Kupp with the catch. We'll get 4 and out of bounds. So that'll bring up 3rd and 13. A stop here would give us the ball back with about 30 seconds. All 3 timeouts, maybe potential field goal attempt. But that's if the defense can get the stop. And we will be getting the stop with a sack by J.P. Richardson. We'll call our timeout. We want the ball. And with 25 seconds, so a little bit less than what I had planned, we're at the 23. So a lot of yardage we have to cover pretty quickly. And not much is opening up, so we'll dump this off to Marshall, who will get what he can, get the first down. We'll call our second timeout. Probably needing, as we're at the 36, another 20, maybe 25 yards to get into field goal range. Gonna need to roll out here. Murray, can he get by the defender? No, he can't. We'll have to use our final timeout. So with 9 seconds left, if we could get a shot deep downfield and then quickly get out of bounds, that's the only possible thing. And what kind of throw was that from Kyler? Was not intended to go to Marquise Brown, who will get the stop and head us on into half. It was intended, however, for Rondale Moore, who is in the middle of the field, not over by the numbers. So not a great last throw, at least doesn't come back to bite us. We'll head on into half. We technically are playing a little bit of a better game, at least in terms of passing. They're in charge in the running game, but just overall not great, as we are the first game to be played. So we'll see if we end up facing the Chicago Bears or the Dallas Cowboys, if we could get by the Rams. But as I said, they will get ball first. So we'll kick off. Jake Bailey set to boot it, and he does get it behind it. That'll clearly be a touchback, as that's not even landing the field of play. So defense will need to come up big here. First possession, get the stop, allow us to try to grow this lead. As they go with a run down the middle, and Carter running well. Get forward for a gain of 5 to bring up 2nd and 5. 2 receivers to that right-hand side. Have a couple underneath guys, and that's where they go. And a nice knockout by Simmons. Just ran through Robinson. You know, sometimes you're not going to be there to get their original swat, so if you could break it up, it'll be just as good. As they go underneath, and there's another swat. Defense steps up. Adjustments seem to work. And following a terrific punt return by Collins, they pretty much didn't move the ball anywhere with that punt, so we're taking over in plus territory, or starting in plus territory. Marquise Brown floated well, and that is going to be his 2nd on the day. You can't miss a wide open pass like that. We've seen him miss a wide open pass like that, but not this time. We will widen our lead. And with less than a minute coming off the clock since the beginning of the half, plus us starting on defense, we've been able to widen that lead. So that is a great start, and hopefully something we can continue as they go with a run to Carter, and he's finally stuffed in the backfield. Will be a loss of 1. Maybe this team finally getting a little bit of some momentum to carry them forward. Bunch to the left here from Stafford under center will drop back. Have a couple guys breaking open. He'll go to the sideline, and that is a fantastic grab. Is that Van Jefferson? Yeah, it is. And we know he can make plays as well from that Florida-only challenge. The Rams have had, honestly, a lot of guys from the challenges that we've done. As they go to the outside, short catch, about gain of 1, maybe 2. And on 2nd and 8, they'll come out in the heavy set. Will be a play, no, an actual run. Nice run again from Carter. We'll get almost the first down. And he's averaging about 6 yards a rush. So just shows how good our run defense has been. As Boyd trying to get back there, but will come up about a yard shy of at least meeting him. But then Carter definitely ran through. So with that fresh set of downs, they'll go back with that bunch, this time to the right. We'll go with a quick pellet, because that's what we went with. Tried to go with a quick blitz, is what I had tried to say. Definitely did not come out like that. And we'll end up working a little bit, but not so well on this play as Cam Akers, with a patient run, gets the first. But the penalty will back him up. Not very good from good. So instead of a first down inside the 30, it is a 2nd and 18, almost back at the 50. We'll go with another run here. Cam Akers will cut back in, and he will be met by Budda Baker. And on 2nd and long, I wouldn't imagine that would be a great play call to run. Granted, they have ran the ball pretty well so far today, so makes sense they would try it. And that one is brought in by Van Jefferson, converting the 3rd and 18. I don't know if that was Baker or if that was Oliver in coverage, but either way, can't give that up. Nice stop there by Simmons at the line. So the run defense playing a little bit better here the second half. And we're definitely going to need it throughout, as they have what seems to be a pretty run-heavy offense so far. Just keep ground and pounding it with Carter. 3rd and 8. Where is Cup? Not on the field? That's what I like to see. Bunch to that right-hand side yet again, and they go all the way to the outside. Higbee trying to stretch for it, and they give it to him. Wouldn't say we're getting much of any favorable calls, considering this is technically a home game. It's a playoff game, but still. Gotta send the blitz. Gardick eventually not going to get there. And they actually get the completion to Robinson, and the dive from our safety or corner took out one of our own defenders. Robinson almost got in the end zone. But we just managed to bring him down about half a yard shy, half a football shy, as we're going to drop back into coverage. Nice job there from Oliver, breaks it up. We are coming out in a heavier look, the 46 defense. Just try to help out against Carter if they end up handing the ball off. But it's been 2 straight passes, and that time it will work. They will find Robinson, and he will get his touchdown. But the booth wants to review it. It looked like a catch to me. We'll take another look. Gets the catch, 1 foot. Actually, not sure. First foot, that second foot looks like it drags, though. I would say touchdown. And that ruling does stand, but they are going to go for it here. Trying to bring this within a 3-point, a field goal game. Go with another pass. We have a couple guys in coverage covering everyone but Van Jefferson. So it will be that field goal game. And we'll take over at the 30. 1:14 left in the third quarter. We're going to send over Marquise Brown, and a great job there from Donald. Blows it up immediately, but Bobby Wags comes up a little shaken up. That could be big for them, but luckily they do have Aaron Donald now immediately in his X Factor mode following just one good play today. Try to find Marquise Brown here, who will not get the grab, drops it. It's then immediately picked off by Ramsey, who's headed towards the end zone. We can't get the tackle until about an inch before the goal line. Well, that is just really unfortunate. And just like that, the Rams set to have their second touchdown in about 20 seconds. And they will have it with Carter. taking the lead by 4. Well, that definitely not how you want to start things off here or end things here in the third quarter. I'm going to try to go with that another receiver screen. Step up with Callahan. We'll get forward. Gain of about 8-9 yards. And in very true fashion for this series, the only 2 incompletions on the day for Kyler Murray have been interceptions. Because we're going to go with a jet sweep here by Young, who will get to the outside. Has a little bit more space, try to stay inside, cut back in, and we'll get even more, about an extra 10 yards there, instead of going out of bounds, and that's why you got to keep fighting for yards. That's also a heck of a play to end the third quarter. We'll head into the fourth, 25-21. We need 4 points to tie. Touchdown takes the lead. So we'll start empty set here. Have 3 to that right-hand side, 2 to the left, gonna roll out. And not much unless we could throw this back here for McBride, who will get the grab at about the 12, sliding down to secure the catch. And we have a little bit of space that we could get a first down prior to the end zone. But let's go for the end zone, and that one's not caught by Young off the tip. Was almost a fantastic play that also could have been a really bad play. Go a little bit of a swing pass here, but no, we'll go with the check down, hand it off to Hubbard, who will get a few. And Bobby Wags is already back out in the game, so wasn't a very significant injury, which is good for the Rams. We'll go with Young down the middle here. We'll push forward, bring up a 4th and 2. And obviously, we're going to go for it here. Field goal does not help us. Still would leave us down a point, so we will go for it. We have a guy in the back, but that pass not thrown where it needed to be. Picked off again by Ramsey. And they'll take over. There really wasn't much space to throw that ball anywhere, and Kyler didn't have the stamina to try to tuck and run either. So puts us in a poor spot, and they'll continue to ground and pound here with Carter. They're averaging about 4.7, I think, yards, almost 5 yards a rush with their fullback. Gonna send one of their receivers in motion, fake the jet sweep, go back to Carter with plenty of running room, stretching to the outside with the first down to the 45. And that now moves his average up to about 6 yards a rush. Just not much in the middle for us. Every play, we're just getting blown off the line. And we have our best DTs out there. And as a reminder, this series ends as soon as we lose a playoff game or win the Super Bowl. As they go with a fake jet sweep, and Cam Akers easily down the middle, still fighting off guys down to the 30. We're really just getting out-strengthed, outpowered, I guess would be a better way to say it, in this game. Just about at every position, it's really just strength coming down to it. A nice hit there from Murphy. We finally show a little bit of anger, a little bit of frustration, something. At least they're showing something. Could really use a turnover here as they go underneath Van Jefferson. Quick tackle, but another completion. Forcing a field goal here would at least keep it a touchdown to tie. They will make an audible. We're going to send the double A gap blitz. Try to bring down both of these safeties here. Help try to cover. And there will be a sack fumble. J.P. Richardson, you got to get on it. Instead, he gets the sack and falls down the opposite way. This could have secured a way for us to get a victory within the relegation time. Relegation time? Does that work? Allotted time? Doesn't matter. Field goal here would make things a little bit more difficult, as that kick is through. It will be a touchdown game. So with 2 minutes, 12 seconds, all 3 timeouts, the only incompletions on the day being interceptions. Maybe we need to play this a little bit smarter as we go with a receiver screen to give us the first down and send us into the 2-minute warning. And with some off coverage here, throwing the little out swing pass here might work well for us. Good block there from Marshall. Get the second block, which he does. Young trying to head down the sideline, tried to cut back in. But it might be in our favor to let this clock run a little bit. We have all of our timeouts. Would not want to leave the Rams with much time left to answer back on offense. Go the throw to the outside, and that one almost intercepted Ramsey. We have really good closing speed on that. So let's maybe not test him too much. Go with another play action pass here. Roll out more with the catch. We'll get upfield and out of bounds at the 15. 1st and 10. Go a little bit of a read option here, but it's really just handing that ball off, especially with all the players they had over on the left-hand side. Only the smart choice there. Stay out, same formation. A lot of 2 tight end look here this drive. We'll go underneath. Going to find Juwan Johnson, stretch it to the top, who tried to run through the defender. Down to the 1. And again, trying to take as much time off the clock here while still getting the touchdown to tie. Go the run down the middle. Null. Great blocking. We'll tie this thing up with the made PAT. Sanders back to kick. This to send it hopefully on into overtime. Perfect kick down the middle. We're tied 28-28 with 22 seconds left. And following a poor return up to the 20. 18 seconds left. Fake the jet sweep. Oh no, they actually do hand the ball off. Carter will get forward for yet another 1st down, calling a timeout. That leaves them 13 seconds, 2 timeouts. A field goal obviously would most likely win the game here. They go with a pass. Higbee will get his legs chopped out in bounds. 2nd timeout. And now setting up a Hail Mary attempt. We're not in prevent, so maybe I should have gone into prevent. Either way, going to run some man. Toss this thing up. Can we get the interception? No, tipped away far enough that Robinson couldn't get there. And for one last Hail Mary attempt to win and send them through into the next round of the playoffs. Knock this one away, and that ball hits the ground. We will head into OT in this rivalry division round matchup. And the Rams have won the coin flip. They will be taking over on offense first. A touchdown wins the game. Defense has to at least get a stop or force a field goal attempt to allow us any possibility of moving on. Or if they really want to be helpful, force a fumble, scoop and score, get a pick 6. That would all be fantastic as well. As they will start with a run. Big hit, and there is the fumble. Scooped up by Simmons. We're going to take over at the 15 if this stands. He could have been down. We'll have to probably take a second look. Or not. No review has come in. A field goal would win. Touchdown obviously would send us on through, and Hubbard really wanted it there. Will be a gain of 9. Get us down to the 7. We're going to go with a bit of a play action rollout here. And they take out one of our running backs. Going to try to just roll, throw this one out late. 1st down catch there by Brahman. 1st and goal. The heavy full house set comes out. Null will get the handoff to help try to send us through to the next round, and he's close, but not in. He tied this game up. We'll give him a chance to take the game away from the Rams. Down the middle we go. Look at that blocking as we will head on in to the next round of the NFL playoffs. Headed to the conference championship after we defeat our rival, having to come back, and really we did not play a good game at all on defense. The offense just managed to keep us in it. But down go the Rams. And they did not have a fantastic season, around 500, but they played a heck of a game today. And that will also keep this series going. Off of 306 passing yards from Kyler Murray, 56 rushing yards. They had 3 takeaways. The only incomplete passes on the day came off of turnovers. And we'll be moving on to play against the Dallas Cowboys, who finished their season 14-3. And they have an 88 overall offense, obviously with Madden going to be led behind a heavy run game of Zeke Elliott. Maybe not a heavy run, but heavy involvement of Zeke Elliott, who just finished his season with 1,610 rushing yards, 18 rushing touchdowns. If we take a look, they are the 4th best rushing team, number 1 in points per game. And we just saw how bad of a run defense we had, giving up a lot of yardage to a fullback playing running back. Cam Akers didn't play a lot, But then even when he did play, he was running all over us. So the defense is going to have to step up in a major way in the NFC Championship game if we're going to have another Super Bowl to wrap out this series. So make sure you stick around by hitting that subscription button if you're not already subscribed, and taking that little bell icon to be notified of when this series is posted, or just any of my videos are posted. The traditional franchise here posted every Monday and Thursday. I also have the state-only challenge, currently Georgia, and you don't want to miss out on this week's videos, so make sure you stick tuned for that. But until the next time, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you later. Bye.